Hey everybody, it is Carla with Carla's Clever Crafts. Today we're going to make a bee themed wreath with one of the wreath kits that I have in my shop. I had a technical error yesterday which caused my stream not to go to my Facebook business page. So I'm going to take a second here real quick and just check to see if it is on my page. Okay, it looks like it's working fine today. So I'm not really sure what happened there, but we'll go ahead and jump in and get started. This is probably one of my favorite wreath kits for spring and summer. I love bees, which probably everybody knows that by now. I do a lot of bee design, but it comes with this really adorable Home Sweet Home bee sign. It's got the honeycomb and the polka dot border, and then a bunch of little bees buzzing around. It is an 8-inch metal sign. And then I have paired this. I had created a design for this, but then I got in this really pretty. I loved this ribbon with the polka dots, the little bees, and the big bee. So I actually changed this kit last minute last night. So it's changed in my shop as well. So it's going to include this ribbon, and then to coordinate with that, I'm going to use the ribbon that matches the little bee section. So we're going to have those two bee ribbons. And then we're going to use two polka dots, a black and white and a yellow and white. And so the ribbons and the sign all come together if you get that from my shop. The ribbons, the polka dot are 1.5 inch, cut to 12 inches long. And the bee ribbons are 2.5 inches wide, and they are also cut to 12 inches long. I'm going to lay these to the side with our sign, and we'll go ahead and get started. Each time I do a lab, I try to think of something that I can do, a design technique or something I can do that is different. So today I'm going to be doing cruffles, which everyone knows I love, but I'm going to also add some curls to them on the outside ring to add in some kind of intermingle our colors together a little bit more on the outside edge. So we'll go ahead. I have a 14-inch wire frame, and I have pre-wired it with 6 pipe cleaners on the inside, 2 rings, and 12 on the outside, 2 rings. So we're going to use that layout still. And then I will start with the yellow mesh because that's how I have laid this out here. Now for my cruffles, I have cut my mesh. It's 10 inches wide, and I have cut it to 18 inches long. Oh, it looks like I took all my scissors in the other room. So we'll use this little hole punch. Okay, so to make our cruffle, we're just going to curl the end and make a curl. I fold it over 4 times, clip it, turn that away from us, curl the other end, and this time I'm going to do my curls face down. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over. And I'm doing them face down today because I'm going to add additional curls later on to design. Okay, so I'll paste my first piece in. And just give it, I'm doing it real tight, twisting it 1.5 times. And then we're going to work again today in the order that our pipe cleaners are laid out. So I'll go ahead and pull these to the outside. And we'll place our next piece of mesh here in the middle. And I'm using this yellow poly mesh, and then I'm using this black and white. This is called wide weave mesh, I believe. And I chose this because it has the white stripes in it, and I just thought the stripe pattern went well with bees. So we're going to do the same thing with it. Roll it 4 times, turn it away. Roll this in 4 times. Turn my chat on real quick. Rolls face. Crunch up the middle. Okay, and then I've already pre-made the rest of our cruffles, so I'm just going to lay those in real quick, and then I'll show you what we're going to do with the curls, because we'll do those next. Okay. Oh, here's my scissors. It was holding my mesh. And I'm just rotating the two collars. You can do all one collar if you want to. Both of these meshes came from craftoutlet.com. If you have not shopped there, I highly recommend that you check out their selection. They have good prices and a very, very big selection. And they also do free shipping over $69. Hi, Linda. Hi, Shannon. How are you guys today? Does anybody have any plans for the evening? I'm going to be working in my garden, so I'm pretty excited about that. My husband and I are going to start actually planting tonight. So it is very, very hot here, though, so I'm not looking forward to that. I'm going to try to work around this pretty quick so we can get to the next part, which is something new for us. I don't think I've done curls on a design on live before. Have a little bit of fray, just cutting it away as I go when I see it. This is similar to the sunflower tree I did the other day. Oh no, Linda. I am so sorry to hear that. I will keep you in my prayers. And pray that that all goes well and you heal quickly. No plan so far, Shannon? That's the way I prefer it, if I can be totally honest. I'm a stay at home, no plan kind of girl these days. But I do also love gardening in the springtime. And I love the fresh veggies that come out of it. And I also enjoy canning. We put a lot of it up. So I'm looking forward to that, but not the work part of it. I wish I could just stay in the air conditioner and it would just grow magically. I think I was starting at the colors on this because I'm using the same yellow I used on the sunflower truck the other day. It looks similar, but the black and white mesh is a different mesh. This is striped, whereas that one was buffalo check. Ooh. Mixed up my colors. Okay, so we almost have this first layer mesh. I hope so too, Linda. I'm so sorry. That kind of pain I know from last year is just totally unbearable. I'm so sorry you're going through that. I didn't even realize that. Okay, so last piece of mesh. Just a reminder, when you put in the last piece of mesh, it's laying on top of all your other mesh. So you just want to pull the first piece you put in up and push the last one underneath. Same thing on the bottom to keep everything consistent in your pattern. Looks like I got a lot of fray today on this mesh. I think this yellow is a value mesh, so that may be it's a lighter weight. Okay, so there's what we have so far. Okay, I'm trying to decide if I want to put my 6 on the inside under, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to leave it like this and just come around and add my curls. This is going to be one of those we're designing as we go. I've never done this particular, I mean, I've done curls on the outside, but I've never done this particular design with it. So, okay. So for my curls, I have cut, I'm only doing curls on the outside 12 pipe cleaners. So I have cut 6 pieces of the black and white and 6 pieces of the yellow. And it's 10-inch wide mesh, and I cut my pieces 10 inches long for my curls. You could probably get away with a little bit shorter. Probably I wouldn't go shorter than 8 inches. And to do my curls, I literally just roll it. This black and white mesh with the lines is perfect because it's real easy to stay straight and make sure your curl is straight. And then I'm going to try my best to put where the cut portion is down. Okay, so I'm just going to pinch it in the middle, make sure it's even with the cut side down. I'm going to find my first pipe cleaner on the outside. Now I'm going to lay them in at an angle like this. You could, hi Deanna, you could angle them any way you want to. You could put them down in your pipe cleaner facing up, slightly at an angle. I'm going to do mine kind of facing to the outside, okay? So I'm just going to place it in there like that. Whoops, I messed up already. I want to put the black and white on the yellow because the whole idea of doing this is to disperse your colors more throughout. And also it gives it more body. So just to show you real quick, this right here is the curl that I just put in. I put that on top of the yellow and I just angled it facing straight out. So you'll see the open ends of the curls from the outside of the wreath. Okay. And then to make sure I don't mess up, I'm going to go ahead and move, even though they're white, I'll still mess up. I'm going to move the inside pipe cleaners. Let's see, 1, 2, here's one. I'm going to hide them from myself is basically what I'm doing so I don't accidentally put a curl in them when I don't want to. Okay, so then our next one is going to be yellow. And again, now this is going to be a little bit harder for me to curl straight because there's really no lines or markings to follow. So I'm just going to do my best to keep these ends straight as I go. So just like that. And place it on top of the black. And I'm not cutting off the pipe cleaners yet because we are going to also add ribbons. Okay. The collars don't rotate evenly, so when I lay these in, I'm not going to be doing them the same. So we're going to actually be doing another yellow because our next pipe cleaner has black in it. As you can see, I didn't get that one as straight, but it's still okay. And when you do your curls, you could rotate the collars back and forth, or I'll show you here why I did 2 yellows in a row because of the fact that we went in and out with our colors, rotating them, where like here was a yellow, and then my next outside one was black and white, and my next one was black and white. So that's why I did 2 yellows. So my pattern's going to probably end up being 2 black and white, 2 yellow, 2 black and white. But I want the contrast of the yellow over top of the black and vice versa. So that's why I'm going to do mine like that. But if you wanted to just make sure your curls are evenly dispersed, then you could just rotate your colors. Really up to you. Okay, so yes, our next piece is yellow. So we need black and white. Sometimes the yellow mesh on the outside edge, depending on where you hang it, it's kind of see-through. So you don't, that's why I thought I would add these black and white curls on top of that and do the yellow on the black and white, because then it gives you a fuller outside edge, even though we have a lighter, thinner mesh there. Okay, and another black and white. I tend to like the cutesy bee designs a little bit better than the regular bee designs. I think that's why I love this sun so much we're doing today. You like the idea of adding curls? Yeah, it gives you a different texture, different dimension, thicker design, more depth. There's all kinds of, plus it intermingles your colors if you're using different color meshes, which I tend to almost always do. It intermingles those colors together a little bit more. I'll hold it up after I get them all on and show you guys. Okay, so now yellow. And yellow again. And I'm just twisting again 1.5 times around my curls, because like I said, we're going to come back and add ribbon. Okay, next is yellow, so we need black and white. And I missed one, but that's okay, because since we're not rotating the colors, I just need to go back and add a black and white. White. Okay, now we need yellow. yellow. And I either missed another one or I kept too many. I think I missed another one, so we'll double check that here in just a minute. I think I even see where I missed it. I think it's right over there on your all side. Okay. Yep, right here is where our, no, there's one there. Right here is where it goes. Okay. So here's what it looks like with our curls added in. And now you can see it, adding the curls makes it a little bit thicker on the outside. So it's also a little more even or level with all these curls and ruffles and things that we have going on the inside. Let me know what y'all think of the idea of the curls. And this applies to make a bumblebee wreath you bought last year and just haven't gotten around to making it. Oh, thank you so much, Deanna. I love bee wreaths, and I tend to overbuy materials. I have so many different designs because I just love them. And they do very, very well in my shop. I think people like them because they can use them for spring and summer. So it takes them through a couple seasons. And then I think people just like the contrast of yellow, black, and white too. Okay, so I'm going to lay my ribbons out. And I'm going to put the black and white with the mini bees. And then the yellow and black I'm going to put with the different pattern, 3 different patterns. Okay, and when I do these, I'm going to go in order. So just like I did that first layer of mesh, I'm going to go in order. I'm going to go ahead and pull these pipe cleaners back out because I am going to do ribbons in all 18 of the pipe cleaners today. Okay, I think I got them all pulled out. And I'm going to use the X pattern only. So I use V pattern when I put in the curls, but for the ribbons, I'm going to use X. Just crunch down the middle, pinch it between my fingers. I'm going to start right here in this middle one, I guess. Now when I put in my ribbons, if this is the last thing I'm adding, I go ahead and cut them off. And then squeeze them down and pinch it so that my ribbons are tight. When I had my kids help me during Christmas time with making wreaths and I was explaining to them how I wanted them to do them, I told them, make sure that that pipe cleaner is tight enough that you can pick up the whole wreath by the ribbon. If you can do that, then you have it tight enough. So that was my way of explaining how I wanted it to be. Okay, so now we're going to do yellow and black with the bee. Well, the other bee. Bees, bees, bees. Okay. Black and white. This is going to be a really full design. Definitely would not be storm door friendly. No, thank you, Shannon. Yeah, I love, I don't know what it is about this one. I think because I can coordinate my other ribbons to it so well. I think that's why I love this one so much. And I just got it in the day before yesterday. So I redesigned this whole kit just so I could use this ribbon. And yes, I'm still ordering bee stuff even though I have so much. I think I even ordered some more sunflowers. The good thing about sunflowers though is those can go into fall depending on the design. And we did yellow, so now we need black and white. If you guys have a design type like a mesh method or anything, if you all just know, I'll plan for that. Because I do cruffles a lot, and I know, not everybody's cruffle crazy like I am. And I do know how to do many other methods. I just usually stick with my preference and also the ones that do well in my shop. Okay. But the whole purpose of me doing the live videos is to help you guys. So I want to do what you guys need. Trying to go careful and not miss any pipe cleaners. I'm so sorry about yesterday, you guys. If you all tried to watch my live yesterday, I did go live, but for some reason, the software that I used did not stream it to my business page. So it went to my personal page and it went to my YouTube, but it did not go to my business page. So I'm really sorry about that. But if anybody wants to see that beach wreath, I can send you the link either to my YouTube or my personal page. I'm probably going to download it and then upload it just as a regular video on my business page. Uh-oh. That's what happens when I start talking. I put the wrong bee with the black and white. I'm going to switch that out real quick. There's so many bees everywhere, probably wouldn't have even noticed it, but I would have known. So, and of course my eye would have been drawn to it every time. We did black and white. Now we need to do yellow. I'm going to talk to myself again so I can try to keep it straight. Yay, black and white. Yellow. I guess this ribbon would be considered one directional because this bee is going in the same direction on the pattern. This is an example of a ribbon where I would not be concerned about that because of a couple reasons. Most of the ribbon is got bees going in all different directions. And in real life, bees fly in all different directions. So I don't, um, on this type of ribbon, I don't pay any attention to whether or not bees are upright. It's more important to me that the ribbons are laying the way that I want them to on my wreath design. The ribbon tails, I guess, and giving me the coverage that I want. And these are just whimsical and fun. Okay, yellow. This is a lot of ribbons, you guys. This ribbon's a little bit wrinkled. I'll try to straighten it a little. Okay, back to black and white. I am pulling my ribbon tails down in tight because I like for them to kind of pop up and out. So pulling them tight with your pipe cleaner helps them to do that. yellow. These last few ribbons are off of the end of the roll, so they're kind of wrinkled. I got a roll of Sam's Club ribbon the other day. Hi, Mrs. G. Do I have a group on Facebook? I want to watch your lives, but you can't always find them. I don't have a group. I think while you're watching me, though, if you're on your phone, either at the top or the bottom, you should see 3 little dots beside each other. If you click on that and scroll down, there should be an option there for you to receive notifications. And if you click on that, then Facebook should notify you whenever I go live. The other thing I could do is try to remember to invite you whenever I go live. I do, one way you can find is if you go to my business page, I schedule events there for each of my lives, and you can always check those to see when I'm going live. The rest of this week, oh, it's almost the end of the week, isn't it? I'll be live at 4 tomorrow, and then I think on the weekend I might have done 2 p.m. because I had several people request like early afternoon on the weekend. But you can always check my events because I will always have them scheduled there in advance. Black and white. I appreciate you watching. I think what I might do is set up a group where I can notify, like just a group in chat where I can notify everybody when I'm going to be live. That everybody that wants to be notified, that is. I don't want to send notifications out to everybody that's, not interested. Okay, so yellow. I think I successfully did this wreath without missing a pipe cleaner with the ribbons. It is going to be a great day. Okay, we got 2 more. Black and white. I was going to say something earlier, and it's my age. It already left my mind that quick. Okay, we're going to put in our last ribbon bundle. We have lots and lots of tails on this, and I want to hold it up and show you guys because just the addition of those few curls on the outside really made a difference in how our ribbons lay on the top. And really, if you think about it, just curls only use 10 inches of mesh at a time, and you're only adding 12, so it's not really that much difference in material. There we go. Okay. Hopefully you all can see this. The ribbons, a lot of times, like without these curls, extra curls back here, the ribbons kind of tend to be higher in the middle here and then kind of come down on the outside. This has made them lay more evenly just by adding those few curls. I'm not sure if you can see from the side, but I definitely notice it looking on from the top, and I think it's really pretty. I like the effect that that has. Okay, the only thing we have left to do is our sign. This sign does come with the holes already in it, so we don't need to do that. I think I've lost my wire. No, it was where it was supposed to be. I can never find something if it's where it's supposed to be. Okay, so let me pull a piece out here. Just cut me out a real long piece. I need two, one for the top and the bottom. I'm going to feed my wire up through here so I don't lose the end of it. Okay, so now I'm going to take my really long piece, just cut it in half. I do have wire cutters. I just grab my scissors because they're handy. And they're not really expensive, so I don't mind if they dull and I have to replace them. And they're very sharp. They have done very well for me since I actually bought them during my busy time during the Christmas season. And it was a very, very good investment. Okay, so when I tie my knot, I'm just going to make sure that I pull my wires back to where the hole in the sign is, and I'm going to twist over top of the hole. Twist 3 or 4 times. Okay. Same thing on the other end. Twist 3 or 4 times. And then we're just going to feed these wires down through all of the mesh and ribbon, trying to get this in the center as much as possible. Now, if you wanted to add a big bow or something on the side, you could kind of set it off center, but I'm not doing a bow. I'm going to do just, I think all these beautiful ribbon tails are plenty. So I'm just going to feed my wire down through here. And place that in the middle. I'm only going to twist it a couple times like I usually do, and then I flip to the other end. That way, before I tighten it down all the way, I can make sure it's centered good. So again, I'm going to feed between the mesh. And I'm using the mesh pieces to hide these wires too. So I always make sure one piece is pulled out over top of the wires. I'm wrapping around the inside 2 rings on the frame. And then I always look right around my sign, and if I've got any of my curls and stuff mashed down or looking funky, my ruffles, I just adjust those. Okay. That looks pretty centered to me, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this one tight. Now, when I say tight, I do not pull my sign real tight. I want it to be snug fitting down in the mesh here. Pull it so tight that it sinks to the back. I think that the sign is your feature, the star of the show, so to speak. And so I like for it to kind of look like it's floating on top, like it's part of the design, but it's on the top. Okay, and I have some extra wire. I'm just going to cut it off. And then I'll flip this over and show you guys. Sometimes I show this, sometimes I don't. But I take the wire that's left and I wrap it around the inside ring here on the frame. and I wrap it several times just to where I get to the end, and I make sure I can push that end up towards the inside. So it's going to be down in towards the mesh, and then no rough edges to poke ourselves. And I'm going to come back to this side, double check again just to make sure everything's where I want it, and then I'm going to tighten this one down as well. Pull it snug, but not real tight. Okay, and then I'm just going to repeat the same process that I just showed you with my wire, wrapping it around the inside ring. Push it up to the inside, and there we go. We are all done. If you guys have any questions or anything, just let me know. Put them in the comments. And then let me know if you have trouble with finding how to sign up for my notifications, and I'll do some more research on that. I do know that there's an option underneath if you click on those three dots, but I can't remember exactly what it's called. And if anybody's watching on replay, you too can ask questions. I'll come back and check my comments and answer anybody the best I can. Okay, you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will see you tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Oh.